Alright, so at the left position here, as the orange Theron, we do have iFU's Marvin. And at the bottom position is the white Protoss. We have the lovely, and oh my god, what's going on? We have the lovely NW Bonded. So as you can see on the scoreboard, iFU will be starting out with a 1-0 lead, thanks to the no-show. But I mean, I'd say Bonneth is probably favored in any PvT against a foreigner, to be honest. It's pretty, like, Marwin is a fantastic player, obviously, but, you know, I'd say any PvT is good for Bonneth. Alright. This group says you should cast Kick's replay from last night, where he went for an epic TVP base trade. Huh. Koget did an epic TVP base trade yesterday as well, actually. It's pretty interesting. Man, I had an epic game against Cadenzi like 2 days ago, I think it was. We played like a 45-minute PvZ on Fighting Spirit, and it pretty much got like all mined out. It was insane. Fun times. Anyway. I don't know what you guys are talking about with like AI robot lady. What even is that? Whatevs. So going kind of chill cast mode today. I feel like all my Gambit Cup streams are kind of more chill mode. I do enjoy it though. I do love solo casting. Because, you know, I don't have to listen to anybody. Just say whatever I want. Talk about robot AI girls. Feel me? So, looks like Marwin gonna go for the El Clasico 14cc. It's a pretty good strat. Pretty good strat, especially if the Protoss elects not to scout at all. Interesting. I mean, presumably Bonnet's gonna do his standard Reavers into whatchamacallit, carriers. Just gonna have a quick look at the map right here. Is this a good map for carriers? So, I mean, there's like a good amount of watery bits around the middle. There's no high ground anywhere. It's like a completely flat map, but there are like little walls and things, and there's like a little thing behind the natural here. I mean, it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's, well, I don't know, because there's a lot of these like choke points as well. Maybe it's an okay carrier map, to be honest. It's not terrible, but you just don't have any. It's difficult to abuse like the vision thing with high ground. Although once you get to that like late game in TVP, it doesn't really matter because Terran's just gonna keep scanning you if you're on the high ground. Alright, so the SCB actually scouts Bonneth first here. Bonneth's probe has gone the wrong way. Bonneth has just basically done a blind one-gate expand, it seems. And that's going to mean he's in pretty rough shape against the 14cc unless he can do some damage with his Reaver. He still has no idea what's going on, so he can't even do any kind of like proxy yet, because he just doesn't know. He just has to assume that it's a normal factory first opening from the Terran player. Interestingly, this SCV is just chilling here. I think he's just hiding here from a Dragoon. So it's very likely the first Dragoon will come out and look for this SCV. And it's very common for the SCV to be hiding at a third base, especially on maps like Fighting Spirit. Sometimes they'll hide at the other side base, near your natural. But it looks like the Dragoon's actually not gonna go hunting for him. He's actually gonna go straight over to look at what's going on in the Terran base. Now, when the Goon gets here, I don't think he can actually tell this is a 14cc, because technically I think this could also be a 1-Rax expand. Like, I don't think you can tell the difference between 1-Rax expand and 14cc in this case. Please do correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Although, you know, I'm pretty sure you guys would anyway, even if I didn't say that. Maybe I should instead try saying, please don't correct me if I'm wrong, and just go with it, you know? Anyway. It's like scouting SCV is gonna get killed. Doesn't really see anything interesting. I mean, you know, 2 gates, Goon range. I guess he sees there's no robo yet, which would make him happy. Siege mode on the way. Alright, so if you look at the minimap, we can see you got a Goon rally. 3 Dragoons inbound. But the siege tank should be in plenty of time here. Now we do see the robo. but it's not super fast, and it could just be for obs. I mean, Bonneth likes his Reavers. I think Reavers are pretty good in PvD, especially nowadays. They seem to be the go-to unit. And probably need another SCV on this bad boy. And probably one more now, with the 4th Dragoon coming out. It's gonna be a little bit close. Yeah, there we go. Now we should be fine. Ooh, look at Marwyn trying to do the cute little trick here, where you basically unload a Marine, the Dragoons on hold position attack the Marine, and then you reload it, and the Dragoons miss their shots. It's kind of like the Boxer dropship micro, like the tank dropship versus Dragoon micro. It's quite funny because I've seen foreigners do this every now and then, and it's kind of like it hasn't really done that much. But the other day I watched Scan do it against the Protoss on his stream, and it was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. Scan was so good at this, like, unload load micro. He forced the Protoss to miss like 8 shots or something. It was insane. He didn't even lose the Marine. It was actually so crazy how he did it. Anyway, the Dragoons come in here, but obviously the first tank is out. Nice positioning on the siege tank. You don't want it too close to the bunker so the goons can't just like run up and kill it. If the goons did try and run in here, the SCVs can. Actually, this is quite a nice positioning, by the way. I didn't realize this before, but look how close the mineral line here is to this gap. So as soon as you see the goons trying to run in, you can instantly pull the SCVs and block, which is a little bit harder on some other maps where there's like a larger distance. Anyway, we have the support bay, as expected, from Bonneth, as well as the 3rd base going up here. I am suspicious, or slightly concerned about whether that's actually Vulture tight. I suspect it's not. Yeah. Whoops. But fortunately for Bonneth, he does have dudes in the way. He's microing back a little bit against the mines. Oh, he actually didn't clear out the last Vulture. But he should have his Observer out soon. Where's the Shuttle and Reaver? Okay, it's still not out yet. Slightly scared that I missed it. Do we have any anti-Reaver defense? We have the Engineering Bay. So he's got a turret going up in the main. No turret at the natural yet. This obviously is the vulnerable area, right? Did that Vulture die? Isn't the Vulture actually just left? I don't know if even this is Vulture tight. Presumably it is, because that would be really dumb if Vultures could still go through here. But I don't know, man. Maybe they can. Hey, what's up, Blair Music? Alright, so here we go. Reaver drop incoming. Let's check out that Bonneth micro. Oh, that's nice. Oh, baby. Notice how he targeted the SCVs back there? He didn't just shoot the turret. That way he would get all 3. Oh, man, that's some good stuff. Alright, here we go. He's going to look for the SCV stack. He can potentially kill a siege tank or 2 here if he drops the Zealots first. Is he going to go for the SCVs? Looks like we have the Marines unloading here to try and take down the shuttle. They are the only anti-air. They will die to 1 Reaver hit, though, so he's got to be slightly careful. Although this turret is about to finish. He could actually get caught here between 2 turrets. Uh-oh, looks like Bonneth finding himself in a slightly awkward position, losing the shuttle, and is going to lose the Reaver, but how much can he get? Only 1 shot goes off, so he's only get the 1 siege tank. It's actually really nice by Marwyn, the placement on these turrets, kind of baiting Bonneth up here. That right side turret is really cool, actually. That was a really good move to build that extra one over there. In the meantime, a lot of idle probes here, a little bit too busy micro in his thing. What was that? Okay, I think they just killed this thing. Wow, still idle probes here. I wonder what he's looking at. Of course, this is a replay, so I can't see what his camera's looking at. Okay, he's finally found it. But yeah, that was, I mean, it was pretty good. He got like 6 SCVs on the first run through, and then he got a siege tank afterwards, so it's not the worst exchange in the world, but it does leave him vulnerable to this, though. Because the other, aside from doing some harassment and damage, the other purpose of the Reaver is actually to protect your greedy double expand in PvT here, basically, and to stop the kind of standard 2-base push here. I mean, it's basically, oh, it's actually a 6-fact, okay. Okay, I don't want to say standard anymore, although 6-fact does seem to be becoming more and more popular nowadays. I mean, Terra was doing it like every TVP, but it seems more Terrans are doing it now. And this is a great punish for somebody who takes a super fast 3rd in this matchup. Let me just get a quick count. 1, 2, 3. Looks like 7 gateways against 6 factories. It's not quite enough for the Protoss, but if he is making another Reaver, that will help significantly. It's actually going to primarily come down to the Reaver and shuttle, I think. Well, plus the Zealots that are in the shuttle as well, if you can get any good Zealot bombs on those siege tanks. Alright, looks like the Dragoons just trying to keep the Vultures back, buy as much time as possible, force Marwin to just slowly crawl, and siege as often as possible. Ooh, that Zealot could have actually just pulled all the mines back there. Fortunately, Bonneth did see in time. He's got Dragoons on the flank. They're actually walled out of their own base. They will come in from the flank. I'm going to zoom out a little bit because it looks like Bonneth is going to commit. The Goons on the top side, though, aren't committing. He's going in with only half his army. Now the Goons are coming in. Reaver's going out. How much damage can he do? Great Scarab there on the 2 siege tanks. Another pretty good Scarab. The Reaver is still alive here. All the Zealots are dead. Dragoons coming in from the top side. I don't know if he can actually continue this. No, he is going to pull back, but he has cleaned out all of the Vultures. He's cleaned out a good number of siege tanks. It's still quite close, and look at this. Bonneth actually pulling ahead in supply. Look at the rally from the 7 gateways. He actually had more gateways finished. He's got 8, almost 10 gateways finished now. And Marwin seems to be pretty committed to this attack. I don't see any SCV going out to take his 3rd base. Looks like we might have some mine drags here. Oh, does bomb down one of the tanks, and he's going to bomb down a 2nd, but it looks like, no, the Reaver actually doesn't die. He now comes in with the Dragoons. He's going to blow up everything. But that's fine in this case. Even exchanges like that are great because Bonneth has the 3rd base, but unfortunately for him, now his probes are stuck and the Dragoons are walled out of that side. He's going to lose a lot of these probes here. Can he bring the Reaver into support? He is going to do that, but I think he's just going to lose most of these probes. You can see the Vultures even going to try and kill the Reaver. They are, in fact, even going to kill the Reaver. These Vultures, MVPs of this game. Oh man, that is actually... That went from being pretty decent. Oh, Bonneth actually rescued the probes in the shuttle. That's pretty cool. Oh wow, that's actually pretty sick. You know, is there anything else interesting happening? Not really. He's getting an academy now. But I don't think there's any, like, cloaky dudes coming out from Bonneth's base. No, he's just massing up pure Zealot to Zealot Dragoon off of 10 gateways. Nice mine there for Marwin. It looks like the Dragoons actually killed their own pylon in order to come back and support their buddies. And here we go, the 2nd wave coming out here. A fresh Reaver in the shuttle, as well as 2 Zealots. He's dropping the Reaver. Can he get... There's a lot of clumped dudes here. It looks like he actually targeted the front unit, and boom! Oh my god, these tanks are so low. These are 2 HP tanks. Bonneth doesn't quite finish them off. Keep in mind, this base is not mining. So Bonneth doesn't have an eco advantage right now. He also lost a lot of probes earlier. He might even be at an eco disadvantage. I'm not really sure, but here we go. He's coming in yet again. Where's the Reaver? There is the Reaver. There's no target on the Reaver. It does get another big Scarab. Another Scarab. Oh no! He picks it up before the Scarab goes off, but I think it might be enough. Boom go the siege tanks. A big repair on the front tank, but Bonneth is going to break this. Look at that. It looked so close there, but Bonneth breaks the 6-fact attack, and now Marwin in a slightly awkward position, down 25 supply, now kind of moving out to take his 3rd base, but also note that his 3rd base is expanding towards the Protoss base. Oh man, what play is here from both players actually. Great control from Bonneth. I'm pretty sure a lot of Protosses in that situation would have just died straight up. But Bonneth really making good use of those Reavers. And he's now up to the 10 gateways. Just needs to replenish a few probes. Seems to have a couple idle probes just chilling. He's got 3 idle probes just in the gateways for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on there. I guess he didn't shift click them back to the to do any mining. Interestingly, Marwin actually using the leftover Marines to scout, and he is actually going to catch, or not really catch, but he's going to find the shuttle as it goes out to try and do some counter harass. I'm not sure where it's going. I guess it's going around the top side of the main base, but you can see turrets in pretty good position. There might be a slight opening on the left side. If he goes in here, he could even just attack the depots. You know, with Reavers, you can target the inside depots and kill all 4 at once, which is sometimes a really nice move. But it looks like Marwin going to find a small opening again with his Vultures. Going to try and do a little bit more harass. Oh no! Oh no! Rip probes. That Zealot. Oh boy. That Zealot though. Alright. Well, he's fired. I guess he's dead. But I don't think we want that Zealot to be a Dragoon either. That seems like the kind of guy we wouldn't want to employ in the Protoss army. But as I said, nice move here. Picking off the 4 depots. That's basically 400 minerals for free that he got. And guess what we're seeing, guys? Bet you guys don't know what unit Bonneth's going to be making here. I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with Harriers. And may or may not start with a C. It's interesting that he built the 2 Stargates straight up. And there's a fleet beacon. I heard a scan. Ooh, he misses the Stargates though. Look at this. Oh no, he saw it. He saw it. I only have Marwin's vision toggled right now, so Marwin sees the carriers. He actually scans 3 times in order to catch those. There's another mine behind the probes, by the way. It'd be quite funny if if this shuttle died. Oh, he has Goliath range. I'm not gonna get it though. Alright. So what do we got going on here? Now it's 3 base to 3 base, which means Marwin's okay, or pretty good economically, right? If this game goes long and Bonif doesn't get another base, that will be good for the Terran. That was a pretty good scan there, right on the army too. Oh! Hello. Oh. Marine putting down some nice damage on the shuttle. Oh, okay. But the Reaver putting down even better damage. Is this Sayle gonna walk in here? Please walk in here. Please walk in there, but make sure I'm watching when you walk in there though. You know? It's like in Mad Max, where they're all like witness me when they die. It's only cool if somebody watches you die, right? It's no fun if you're just like by yourself off camera. Alright, I hear more scans going down. Oops. Wait, no, that is what I wanted to click. I'm not sure what I guess he scanned the army here, but he still ran the vulture. Oh, he's trying to bait him! Oh my god, the Jabate! Can we get a Jabated? Jabate, please? One time? That was a good effort, though. Good try by Marwin. Good try. I see what you're trying to do there, man. That was definitely a good effort. Alright, apparently a bird just flew into Blare Music's window. I mean, are you like a Disney princess or something? Maybe you're discovering your true self. Your true calling as a Disney princess. See, I have a sadder story than that, which is that one day I woke up and I noticed that there was a dead bird underneath my desk because my cat somehow lured a bird in through our window and just killed it. And it made me and my girlfriend very sad. But anyway, we got the attack coming in, boys! He's got a Goliath, but it's not shooting. The Goliath actually went AFK for a second, but I think it's gonna get it. Boom! Reaver dead inside the shuttle. Oh man, this is gonna be a tricky position too. There's not really, because you can see there's like a little watery thing on the top. So the only way Bonif could flank this is if he pulls back here and waits for the Terran army to like move into the middle area. So that's also kind of risky. For some reason, a probe is fighting a Marine on the right side. Oh man, oh, but the first carriers are out, as are the DTs. Are there any scans left for these DTs? They're still firing away. There are these scans. Probably should have run them actually into the tank line to maybe get some tank bombs off with those DTs' lives. But here comes Marwin. Now he's only got 1 Goliath remaining, so these carriers, even though they don't have max interceptors yet, are gonna have free reign over the battlefield. The question is how much Marwin can, how much damage can Marwin do before the carriers actually kill off all his stuff? Oh man, the vultures are all dying. This is actually gonna be a problem because now the Zealots can run into the Sea Shanks. This High Templar is here as well with Psystorm available. There is a pretty good Psystorm. SCV's coming off for some reason. I don't know what the heck these guys are doing here. I guess, well, if you lose all your vultures, use SCVs to block instead, I guess. He's gonna do some mass repairing on the tank. Wow, he actually saves the tank with that. That's pretty funny. Interesting. Interesting strats going on here by Mr. Marwin, but he's now just gonna lose all his tanks. Are there +1 on these? Yeah, +1 is done for these carriers. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to see if there's any like vulture harass going on. I thought for a second there was more vulture harass going on at 3 o'clock. Nice snipe on the High Templar. Meanwhile, the Goliath's coming out. He has to be careful not to let the carriers get a little too far into the field. I'm surprised. Look at how low in supply mode is dropping though. It's like a 40 supply difference. And here come the DTs and Zealots again. There's the scan, but I don't think it matters. He's just gonna brute force down the Terran army. Oh man, Marwin. Every time in these attacks, it looks like he's just gonna, you know, win the game with them, and then somehow Bonnet holds on, and now he's just in full retreat mode, just getting taken down. Look at the carriers just like flying on top of him. Well, both players mined out in their main now. Got +2. Is that +2 just started? That's +2 just started for these carrier guys. The Natural's actually getting really close to mined out as well. I'm actually surprised Marwin's Natural has more minerals than Bonnet's Natural, considering Marwin went 14cc, so his command center was super fast. I guess that just shows that Marwin was definitely cutting SCVs with that 6-fact. Was hoping to try and end the game with that attack. To be fair, he was very close to doing. And it looks like he's now expanding to the left side mineral only. He's got some mines just kind of blocking the Protoss' mineral only here in the middle, as you can see. And he's going to come snipe it with some vultures. Nice move there by Marwin, but look at the supply difference now. I don't think Marwin can come back from the supply difference, right? It's like an 80 supply difference. Or 70 supply difference. That's insane. I mean, technically, since they're on even bases, the Terran is ahead economically, I guess? And it looks like this actually is a proper vulture block now. So that's good. Alrighty. So, I mean, I guess we're just gonna wait for the GG now. It seems kind of weird to call it at this point, given that, you know, we're just kind of stabilizing a little bit, but with that supply lead and carriers on the map, I don't know, man. It seems pretty hard for Terran. DPP is already hard. So when Protoss is in this kind of position, I mean, look at the units, man. They got all the BS units. They got the DTs. They got the carriers. It's just not fair. So now it looks like, for the first time, Bonnet is going to be on the major offensive, although pulling back a little bit. He's got to be careful. As I mentioned earlier, there's no high ground really around here. I mean, technically there's some like walls and a little high ground thingy here, but for the most part it's flat area, so you've got to kind of make sure to be aware of like the pathing of where units are being blocked, like by the water. I like this move. Oh, he's actually going to snipe the armory here. That's really nice. The army positioning was slightly strange by Marwin. Normally you put the like 2 armories at your natural or something, you put them in a slightly more protected location, because the armory there, you see, like you put it here normally first, because not only is that vulnerable to carriers obviously, but even a recall is usually targeting your main base. But it looks like some vultures have actually run past here into the natural. 7 kills on each of those, on all 3 of the vultures. They all have 7 kills here, so nice counter attack by Marwin, actually killing so many probes. 10 kills, 11 kills on that vulture. It looks like 2 vultures also running into the natural expansion. 7 kills on that guy as well. So Marwin actually doing a sick counter attack, and actually even out the supply a little bit there, taking down mostly probe supply, which is kind of funny. I mean, the thing is, Bonnet is going to be... Wait a minute. Does he just have no probes? Oh my god, Bonnet actually just has no probes. He finally got the Nexus here at the mineral only, but look at this. He's only got 7 probes mining. 8 probes mining at this base. Those vultures killed like 30 probes. Or 30, probably almost 40 probes actually. No, 35 probes, because there was like a 7-kill vulture at the natural as well. Damn, that's crazy. Alright, looks like carry's moving in yet again. Oh, hello. That poor obs. Getting that overkill. Alright, so now actually this is a much closer game, interestingly. I actually now think Marwin is definitely in it. I would say it's much closer to even right now, and Marwin consistently doing this great harass. Even if he doesn't get probes here, he can kill the High Templar. Although he is just going to piece out the top side. I don't see any more probes here, maybe he just killed him. Or maybe Blunt just transferred them over here. This base obviously super exposed in the middle. You know, it's like the Tau Cross 3rd base, it's really annoying. And looks like, ooh, smacked him. I wonder if you can... No, I don't think you can really block properly. Oh, looks like some vultures though, getting thrown away in the middle. That's one thing you have to be careful of, I guess, with this vulture harass. On the one hand, you can make incredible comeback plays like the one we just saw where he kills all the probes, but on the other hand, you know, you need those vultures to kind of buffer against the Protoss ground army as well. If you throw away too many of them for free, that can also be very bad. It's like we're staying at 5 carriers, interestingly. Bonnet has 3 Stargates, but he hasn't really been able to afford making any more carriers. He's even gone into Archon mode here. Basically, the Archons are terrible in PvT. This indicates that you know, his economy was super weak. He had no minerals to actually spend. He had an excess of gas in the bank, so kind of made some desperation Archons, or maybe in this case not necessarily desperation Archons, but just kind of showing that he didn't really, or he was really suffering from that economic damage. Just trying to get as much free damage as he can, picking off a couple of free siege tanks. Nice move here by Bonnet. Meanwhile, some more vultures running out, but you can see the ground army ready to intercept. One vulture does get up. Interestingly, this mineral-only base is completely undefended here by Marwyn in the middle of the map. Look at the mini-map. It's totally open, and Bonnet actually just doesn't know about it. Bonnet's not actually scouting that base. He could easily go and kill this, and if he kills this, that would put Marwyn in a really awkward position. Meanwhile, another vulture coming over here to harass the mineral-only. Oh, he's actually found the position. No response. One Zealot coming over here. He's gonna try and kill another couple of probes. Bonnet's still holding the supply lead though. And surely, well, I don't know, both players are gonna get low on their third bases as well. Looks like Bonnet's coming in here with the ground army as well, but that's still a good number of siege tanks in the back. So he's gonna pull away yet again. It's kind of like oh, nice storm though on the Goliaths. Nice. Slight mistake there from Marwyn. Gonna throw away 4 of his Goliaths, basically for free there. Wait, what's going on here? 2-2 finished against only 1-0. Nice upgrades on the Terran army. The carriers should be at +2 attack as well, though. They are indeed at +2 attack. But Marwyn needs to be careful not to throw away too many of his Goliaths. And yet again, a Vulture somehow sneaking through everything here. Gonna get even more probe kills. You can see how much damage Bonnet's economy is taking. Look at this Vulture just getting even more kills. Oh man, is he gonna micro it? Yes, he is. 4 probe kills. Can he get another? Indeed he can. 6 kills. Oh, he shot the Zealot. Oh, he misclicked and shot the Zealot instead of actually shooting the probe. We got double obs. They're like pod racing here in the middle of the map. Oh, you lose. I guess he's checking the top left bases. I don't know why he's not checking this base. This base has just been mining away, completely undefended. This is effectively a hidden base just in the middle of the map. Oh, High Templar! Oh, Storm! Oh, man. I don't think he actually got the second Storm. I think that one came from the back Templar. Wait a minute. The supply is actually dead even right now. Hold on. Hold the phone here. Is Marwyn actually going to make a comeback off the back? Wait. What the heck? Oh, he just did that to release the interceptors. Okay, never mind. Okay, so the point of that move is basically his carrier stopped moving for a second, which meant all the interceptors returned inside the carrier. But that means that they will shoot slower, and they don't have the higher leash range. So it's actually a pretty common move to attack your own building to actually release the interceptors. Huge storm on the back siege tanks, though. Big storm on the front siege tanks as well. It looks like most of the Protoss ground army gets taken down, though. I don't see any Templars left here. There's one Archon, but this is an insanely close game here. Bonnet, he has a DT like at the top right. I don't know why he's not sending a probe there. I guess he just can't afford to make another Nexus because he keeps losing probes right now. And we're gonna have more engagements here. Bonnet has to be careful also because remember, interceptors are not free. They do cost minerals to make these guys. I think it's like 25 minerals a piece, isn't it? They're actually pretty expensive. So Marwyn might actually be taking out Bonnet here in game number 2. Very interesting result. I definitely called this in Protoss' favor earlier on when he had like a 50 supply lead. But Marwyn showing the power of the Vulture and killing like a billion probes, and now Bonnet is in a bit of trouble. Got more Vultures coming in, gonna kill even more probes. He's only got the 1 cannon to defend. It's not even covering the bottom right of the expansion. The carriers are gonna come up, and finally, we have another expansion on the map here. Marwyn going ahead and taking the top left. Nice scan here from Marwyn, just constantly denying the Protoss vision. That's actually super annoying, right? Because it's really important for Protoss to keep track of where the Terran army is, to know when he's unsieged, where he's sieging up, when he's sieging up. You want to attack when he's unsieged, but if the Terran keeps scanning your obs like that, you obviously can't take advantage of that. A little bit surprised he actually isn't doing more harassment with the carriers. He does have 7 carriers, although 2 of them are quite damaged. And again, he's kind of in the middle of the map here. You can see not that much terrain around here for him to take advantage of, but he is actually picking off more free units though, without losing any of the carriers. Look at that, more siege tanks are falling, 2 more tanks down, 3 more tanks down. But the carriers also taking some damage, well the interceptors actually I should say primarily taking the damage. Where's the ground force? Here comes the ground force. There is the siege up, there's only 2 siege tanks left actually. If he picks off those siege tanks, it'll only be Goliaths left to fight against the Dragoons, and Goliath's not that great against the Dragoons, but Bonnet actually, his ops is in the wrong place. He doesn't see this command center at the top left. I don't know if this is just because he doesn't know the map or something, but his observer is actually not checking correctly. He's now going to the top left natural. He's also got an obs, I guess going to check the mineral only. I'm not sure why. Okay, it looks like Marwin actually did a double transfer. So he transferred all the SCVs from the mineral only to the top left, and then he transferred the rest of the SCVs, I guess, from his third or his natural, whichever one was mined out. Oh, he's gonna go for a storm? Big storm? It's an okay storm. Not bad. Bonnet really similar to the early game, actually. Gonna have to rely on his micro to survive here. You know, he needed his Reaver micro to survive against the 6-pack, and now he needs the Carrion micro to come back from the crazy Vulture harass that really put him in a deficit. But look at this, he's actually pushing back the army. Marwin's army is kind of split right now. He's got a bigger group of units coming from the natural, as you can see. That's why the supplies are still so close. Marwin just kind of had the remains of that main force out here, and looks like Bonnet's gonna snipe down the 2 siege tanks. Where are the storms, though? We need some storms here for Bonnet to completely whiff storm, basically, though. In the middle, in the gap between all the Goliaths. Oh man, I'm surprised he made such a whiffed storm there. He does also see the open mineral only. Is he finally going to attack this? I think he saw the SCV transfer as well to the top left. At least the obs definitely saw it. Maybe he's slightly scared that if he moves to the top left, that the Terran army can actually counterattack into his natural or something. I'm not sure why it's taken him so long to actually move over here, but here we go. Finally going to take down this mineral only, going to focus down the command center. And this is going to even up the game a little bit. But remember, Bonnet is only mining on this base. He's mining on a 6-patch mineral only, and that's it. Every other base is mined out, and this is what I was talking about. Here's the counterattack by Terran. The Observer's going to see it, so Bonnet's going to pull back. He's going to send 1 Zealot to take down these SCVs. There is a damaged Vulture there. If Marwin doesn't micro that, the Zealot should actually be able to 1v1 that Vulture. But here we go. This could be the deciding engagement. High Templar coming in from the side. It's got 2 storms, actually. The siege tank falls. There is a DT in the middle of everything. Looks like it has been scanned. And this could be it here. Marwin actually losing out everything. He needs another siege tank. He's got 1 more siege tank in the back. Marwin now behind 20 supply. Wow, this is a really actually close and scrappy game. And it looks like the Vulture actually took out the Zealot there, which is a bit of a surprise. Maybe the Zealot was already damaged. But that means that this base is still alive. Looks like the Archon is actually going to go attack it. 1 Archon versus 2 Vultures. Interestingly, the Archon will not trigger the Spider Mine, so actually this is a pretty good idea in my opinion, to send the Archon to do the attacking. Meanwhile, more tanks getting picked off for free. Marwin is just unable to compete with the efficiency of the carriers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factories. He's actually lifted off his main command center to go retake the mineral only here. Holy moly, and here we go. The Archon is running amok in the SCVs. Marwin realizes he can't actually fight this. He's just going to run away, but meanwhile the carriers are in the front here. And I think Marwin, despite an insanely valiant effort against Bonnet, is going to get taken down here. GG from Marwin. What an absolutely outstanding game that was. Holy moly. Alrighty. At the bottom left position as the orange Zerg, we have Eon Zerg. Oh, look at that larva trick. Oh. What a man of Brood War talent. And his opponent, though, at the top left, the only player to win not 1, but 2 games against Firebat Hero at the Italian Esports Open. It is Pro Draco. Hopefully he is wearing his Pro hat, the source of all his powers, because he's going to need it against Eon Zerg. Eon Zerg's pretty darn good. Okay, so I have pre-order skins turned off, so like you wouldn't even be able to see it if you wanted to. So it says, where can I see final results? If you type !bracket, you can see the current results. The event has not finished yet. I think it's spoiler free as well, so I don't think you can see the final results of this until after the cast, which is good. It's a good thing. So we've got vertical spawns here on Circuit Breaker. It's good that Draco's coming out on here. He definitely did practice a lot on this map for the Italian event. And obviously it's a ladder map, so get plenty of practice there. I'm very interested to see how Draco plays this, because to be completely honest, so Draco got third in the event. He lost in the loser bracket final against Gorinich, aka Not For You. But those games were honestly not that impressive. The first game against Gorinich, he actually had a pretty good advantage. He got pretty much maxed out when Gorinich was like 110 supply on Fighting Spirit, and but he couldn't actually use his supply advantage for anything. So he basically allowed Gorinich to just kind of turtle on his bases, on his 4 bases or 5 bases. And oh wait, am I in the wrong overlay? Wait, what the heck? Oh no, I'm not in the wrong overlay. I just have the bombastics. Oh, I haven't changed the title. Oh, I see. I see. Thank you, Hero Pole. Alright, I'll change it in a second. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so that was the first game, right? So basically, Gorinich came back and outplayed Draco in the late game, and won and did like a crazy comeback. Looks like we had Forged Nexus Cannon, which is pretty brave against an overpool in close positions, but I think technically it's okay. Especially since the pro sees only 2 Zerglings coming out. It's gonna be annoying here on block 3rd. Now the second game against Gorinich was just very disappointing because got him. Because it was a game on Tau Cross. Draco skipped Stargate to go for some kind of speed lot attack, and Eonzark just killed him with mutas, and the Zealots didn't really do anything because he actually didn't get +1 attack for some reason, or maybe it was late. I'm actually not sure. I forgot to ask him about it, but he did a speed lot attack with no +1. It got kind of easily stopped, and then he just straight up died to mutas. So that was questionable. But we'll see what happens here. I have seen a lot of good Draco PvZ on Circuit Breaker on his stream when he was doing the Pro Challenge, so I'm confident that he can show us a good game. There's a nice block there, by the way, forcing Eonzark to take the 6 o'clock base instead of the closer 3rd. I don't think that's a huge deal, to be honest, because I'm just going to right-click these Zerglings, just follow these guys around while I fix my overlay. Gambit Cup. Playoffs. Week 3. Does that work? Alright. Seems good. Oh wait, we lost a Zergling! What happened? Oh man, rip Zergling. Alright, is there anything else going on here? It's like Zealot guy is walking around. He's gonna come here and do some harassment, but I don't think he's gonna do anything against 4 Zerglings. Rip. Is he gonna get 1 kill? I think he's gonna look for the drone. There's a damaged drone here. He's gonna die to 1 hit. Oh no, he missed! Oh, he's going for a different one. Okay, he actually got a different one. This is still gonna die to 1 hit, technically. Okay, it's gonna take 2 hits now. Alright, so he's gonna get 1 drone. It's not bad. Actually, 1 drone for 1 Zealot is fine. It's completely fine exchange. And in the meantime, we got second cannon. We actually have a core built as part of the wall. This always makes me a little bit nervous, to be honest. Especially against someone like Eonzark. Like, we can see that it's fine, because Eonzark's not going for any kind of bust. He's just going for his... Excuse me. His 3-head spire. But, if you have your core at the front, like, if there is a Hydra bust, you know, it blocks cannons, basically. It means there's less room for cannons. You know, if you do get your wall busted, you can potentially lose the Cybernetics core, although that's more of an issue if you actually build it as part of the wall. In this situation, you know, if the Zerg is able to get to this point, then you're probably dead already anyway. But it definitely blocks cannons. And Eonzark loves to bust Protosses early on with Hydras. So that would make me nervous. We are going to see +1 Sares here from Draco. Oh, 2 Stargate Corsair. Interesting. Is he gonna play like Sayle Reaver or something? That is curious. 2 Stargate Corsair. Look at that. With +1. Can be some serious Corsairs. I mean, they are in close air spawns, so it's not a bad idea. Especially if Eonzerg decides to go for any kind of air himself. Oh, the Scourge actually bugging out there. They could have killed that, but nice reaction from Draco to keep those alive. But the Scourge should be able to come in here and see the 2 Stargates. You can see the cannon in the main base isn't finished yet. So Eonzerg is going to know exactly what's coming. So there we go. He's going to see it, I think. Yeah, so he gets the vision. I just checked there because Scourge actually have a much smaller vision radius than other units. So sometimes they actually miss things, even though it looks like they should be in vision range. Anyway, everything else coming up as normal in Eonzerg's base. 5 Hatch Hydra. Follow up here. Presumably we'll get a 6th hatchery somewhere, like maybe around here. I don't actually know the layout that you can make here. It's quite interesting, because normally... oh my god, Eonzerg actually went for Mutas despite seeing 2 Stargate Corsairs. That's a very bold choice. He's going to get 2 Scourge connections, but 5 Corsairs +1 very close to finish. I mean, there's a couple of Scourge here, but there they go. The Scourge getting taken out by the cannon hits, and Eonzerg, assuming Draco does the moving shot correctly, is actually gonna lose these Mutalisks, although he's actually regrouped with a few more Scourge here. Look at this! We're going for some serious dogfighting here. Oh man, that's pretty cool, but when +1 finishes and another couple of Corsairs come out, it's gonna be pretty impossible to actually deal with in the air, unless you're Jelizerg. And we can see Eonzerg going back into Hydras, getting his spores, getting his range upgrade for those Hydralisks. He's got a spore at each base, basically. I like it. Obviously not in the main. Which does actually provide a vulnerability, though. You know, you can't get DT dropped in here. Oh, there's only 2 guys on this gas, but I'm pretty sure that's intentional, because you can see his overall drone count is not that high. So, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that's on purpose. And, oh, baby, 2... Well, actually, that's 2 Corsairs in exchange for 2 Overlords. That's actually good for Zerg. Can he get anything else? He's gonna see the drone here getting ready. Obviously, when you go 2 Stargate Corsair, your ground army is comparatively weaker. So taking this 4th base this quickly by Eonzerg is actually fine. That's such a good move by Eon. And the question is, what is the follow-up? It's not actually going to be Reavers. He just went 2 Stargate Corsairs into gateway units, and actually that's not a bad idea. Seeing that Eonzerg did opt to go for Mutalisks, Draco kind of put a stop to that. I did mention earlier how in their, in the second game against Gorinich, Draco did just lose 2 Mutalisks very quickly. So perhaps trying to avoid that. It looks like Eonzerg coming in with the Mutas yet again. Gonna pick off a Corsair, but you can see 5 Corsairs again, pumping them pretty quickly from those 2 Stargates. He's got the +1. So the Mutas are just kind of being annoying right here. What Draco needs to make sure is that he actually has enough ground units to not die to Hydras now. Because if you die to Hydras and you have like, 10 Corsairs in the air and they're just flying around being useless, that feels really bad. Look at this, double Spore colonies as well. Eon being super careful here. Now Draco is going to move out and take his mineral only. And he's also going to lose some more Corsairs. Whoops, 2 Corsairs falling for free. He's got only Speed Zealots here. Where are the High Templar? First Templar is here. Where's the Storm? Storm upgrade will finish, but he's not going to have energy though. Only 61 energy, and this is only the first Templar. Second Templar coming out, but again, since he doesn't have the energy upgrade, he might actually just die to these Hydralisks here. Eonzerg coming in with Hydras. This is what I was afraid of. The Speedlot's coming in the back. But because he went 2 Stargate Corsairs and spent so much gas on the Corsairs, he actually didn't get his Templar tech fast enough. You can see on the minimap the Corsairs were trying to harass. They're coming back now. The first Storm is ready. He can't do 1 Storm right now if he doesn't... No, he actually doesn't Storm. He morphs into an Archon. He had Storm for sure. Storm was definitely finished. He had the energy, but he didn't realize it. And just, I guess, panicked. And panic made the Archon. He could have just Stormed once and then made the Archon, but he did not realize he had 75 energy. And I think Draco might just lose here to the Hydra follow-up. Look at the minimap. Look at all the Hydras coming in. Look at this Hydra train. And Draco is definitely going to fall here. He's making some emergency cannons. But there's nothing he can do against the Hydras without Psystorm. And GG from Draco. Okay, and spawning at the bottom left position as the yellow Protoss, we have a Yeti coming out for Team Net Wars. Got to keep them alive in this clan war. If Yeti wins this, we will go to an ace match, and I do love my ace matches. And at top right position, his opponent, as Brown Terran, it will be iFU Cryok. Now, I have watched Cryok play a PvT on this map, actually. I can't remember who he played against last week, but it was on this map, and he actually died because his opponent proxied 2 gateways inside his main. Hold on, I'm gonna update my overlay and I'm gonna show you exactly where that happened. Alright, so basically, oops, that's not what I want. Is that Alt-Z for that? Okay. So basically on Planum, at the bottom of your main, there's a mineral wall, kind of like on Outsider, except instead of connecting to like a back ring, it just connects to the middle of the map. So his Protoss opponent last week just sent a probe over here, did the mineral trick, pushed it through, built 2 gateways inside his main, and just made Dragoons and killed him. And Cryok was just going for the standard FD stuff. He had no idea what was happening. So that was a pretty unfortunate loss for Cryok. But the team obviously did come through in the end, making it here to the winner bracket final. So presumably, Cryok will be checking back there this time, since he is facing another Protoss. Now, Yeti might be someone that you're not that familiar with. He has come out for Net Wars a few times in Gambit Cup already. And actually, last weekend, he beat DeWalt in a long PvP, actually. I'm pretty sure it was a long PvP, and it because the short one was the one against Wallace, right? So Yeti, I mean, he's got some skills, man. He's definitely a solid Protoss player. Even though I haven't really seen him play in any individual tournaments, unless he's been playing under a Smurf. By the way, Cryok blocking the potential gas steal there. I didn't actually quite see exactly what the timing was. He might have got his gas a touch earlier than he would otherwise have gotten, because he saw the probe coming in. It was a fairly early probe out from Yeti. But it was pretty close though. What the heck was that SCP doing? Look at this double depot block here, actually. Getting ready for any potential Zealot shenanigans. I mean, it is a 2-player map, very easy to proxy a single gate and get those Zealots over there ASAP, especially with the early probe threatening that kind of thing. But we don't actually see it. Probe guy's just gonna harass this CB a little bit. The Marine actually has only just started building, so this probe could potentially force a second SCV to come and deal with it. Although it seems to be bugging out because of the SCV movement path. So Cryok with RNG on his side. Excuse me guys, my cough just will not go away. I cannot banish it. I need some kind of exorcist or something. At this point I feel like it's not just a regular cough. It's some kind of like demonic or perhaps Zerg infestation in my lungs. Like, I'm pretty sure a queen just ensnared the insides of my lungs. And for some reason, it's just not wearing off. It's really annoying. Freaking queens, man. Feels bad. Now, interestingly, Cryok's SCV is swinging around the top side here. Could potentially actually start a depot, and you can stop building it when your SCV swings, like, onto the bottom. And you can actually, even though it's not as good as the probe's pylon push, because you kind of have to wait for the SCV to randomly come down here, you can kind of trick an SCV through here anyway. So, yeah, it's good stuff. It's like we got some 2-gate goon action. This gateway is a little bit late, in my opinion. Like, you can see how much money Yeti has right now. He has enough money to even build a robo. If you want to do continuous goon production without like going super high on money, I feel like you can make this earlier. He built it on like 28 supply or something. Well, which, to be fair, is only marginally late. I don't know. I built mine a little bit earlier, but I'm bad. So who am I to talk? Apparently I should try marjoram inhalations. Is that like actually a thing? Marjoram's like a spice, isn't it? You use it for cooking. Surely that's not actually a thing. Anyway, ooh, what's this? Oh, it's an eBay. Of all the freaking buildings to proxy in the corner of the map, he had to do the boring one. He had to just put an eBay. By the way, Cryok is indeed going to scout this location where he got owned by proxy gates last week, as I mentioned. All right. So it's basically 2-gate Goon Nexus. I'm surprised he's being so passive with his Dragoons, to be honest. When you go 2-gate Goon into expansion, I feel like you can be a little bit more aggressive, or you should be a little bit more aggressive. Because if you're going to be passive like this, you might as well just go 1-gate Goon range expand. Although I guess this is still a little bit safer against FD and stuff. But the other thing is, on this map, I feel like it's easier to hold this. Because if he was, even with 1-gate expand, if he was slightly more aggressive with the goons, like, you can, so tanks can't go through the middle here. So they can only come out through here. So there's a wide ramp here. You can abuse this high ground first, and you can fall back a little bit, and then you can abuse this high ground. That's where he originally was camped. And it's like, you know, you got a decent amount of space to play with. He is now being aggressive, but now the mines are already down. So this feels super dangerous to me. He doesn't know where the mines are. He knows they're around here somewhere, though. So he's being careful. But I feel like he could have just moved out earlier. I don't know. That is my opinion. Did he eat that mine? He actually ate it. I think he tried to do the micro. He tried to do the whole position micro, but he must have messed it up. I think it's safer to do it with only 2 Dragoons instead of all 5, to be honest. Or 3 Dragoons. In the meantime, it looks like Cryok mining out this this middle patch here. So basically, there's a nicely defendable third base here that you can access by mining out these patches. They are 64 minerals each, so it doesn't take too long to mine them out. This also obviously allows the vultures to come out, but basically you can build like 3 depots here, completely wall this off, and you get a free third base. So it's not quite as easy to get a third as on Fighting Spirit, but it is definitely still pretty easy. And there we go. There's a third base, as expected. And look at this, Cryok doing this trick again. He did this last week as well. He used the barracks that time. This time using the proxy engineering bait to do this, but landing directly onto the vultures and pushing them through the minerals. Such a cool trick. I can't believe he was able to consistently do 2 vultures with this trick on the first try in both games. As I mentioned, the barracks game, he did it as well on the first try, getting 2 vultures through. He's going to try again with 2 more vultures. Look at this. Basically, you queue up, or you move the vultures through, and you land before you get like the building unplaceable thing. You just queue up the commands, and it actually pushes the vultures through. Man, Cryok, I love this move. Oh, and Pro Guy, gonna die here. Looks like Cryok wants to mine all of these out just so he has a nice easy movement path through there, but otherwise it looks like we're gonna have a fairly passive game here, and you know, Cryok is basically gonna play it like Fighting Spirit, get a fast third base, play a little bit turtle style. And what is Yeti gonna do? Yeti's gone for a super safe 2-gate Goon expand into 4 gateways Observer, and a Citadel, and then the third base on the inside. I really feel like this base should at least be one of the outside bases, either the middle base here or this third that Cryok is basically taking on his side of the map, especially because vultures can easily run to the back here and harass. He could even have put the probe on the other side and taken this way, right? There's actually a lot of different bases you can take on this map. It's a really interesting map for expansion paths. But Yeti is playing like super conservative, so this is like as safe and non-greedy as you can be. But it's not going to punish Cryok's fast third base, and he's just going to fall behind economically. So yeah, not a huge fan of this. I wonder how many times Yeti's played this map, because it's especially on a map like Planum, which is very Fighting Spirit-esque, where you can get this easy third. Like, if this was on Aquatia City, for example, if you remember the Marwyn, if you just think back to the Marwyn versus Bonneth game, much harder for Terran to take that third base on Aquatia City, so much more likely for the Terran to go for some kind of 2-base heavy, not necessarily all-in, but like maybe semi-all-in with the 6-fact. So in that case, I would say that what Yeti's doing is a great idea. But given the map architecture, I feel like it's better to be a little bit more greedy. But we'll see how it plays out. Does this spider mine have vision of the mining, actually? Ooh, it kind of barely does. You can see the patch is dropping. You can see the little zapparinos. Meanwhile, Observer sees the SCVs transferring over to the 3rd base. So we could see a potentially long game here on playing him. I do like it. I did watch a pretty interesting PBT by Funny against, I think, Murs actually on this map, which was also a long game. It was very interesting. And probably actually building a bunker on this side. Huh. And yet again, I'm going to call it interesting, but he didn't actually wall this off with the 2 depots as I suggested, which means the Zealot Dragoons are going to run in here. Wait a minute, I said Yeti would not be able to punish this, but for some reason Cryok did not wall off this base. Big mistake here from Cryok, and Yeti could potentially just kill him for it, or at least kill his 3rd base. This was a very strange move. I don't know why Cryok could just build 3. You can build 3 depots here and it walls it off completely. That's all you need. If you had the bunker, you could build 2 depots in the bunker. It walls it off completely. I don't know why this wasn't walled off. And there was just a turret there. But this is super painful now for Cryok. Oh, man. And Yeti's 4-gate Goon Arms build, actually, and Citadel actually paying off pretty nicely here, because you can see the speed zealot's already finished. He's gonna run around here, could potentially even do a mind drag, because he sees it with the Observer. He can just run the Zealots here, try and do a mind drag. He's actually gonna run forward. Here we go. Is he gonna go in? He's gonna try and take down the Siege Tank. The Siege Tank falls. And Cryok, how can he stabilize? I think he just has to float this away and hold on this bridge. I don't think he can move across anymore. At least he will save the command center, but Yeti now, with a really nice lead in this game, mining away happily from his inside mineral only. He's got 2 Stargates up. Looks like he is going carriers. Yeti is going carriers off of this. Oh, man. Unfortunate. Oh. Oh! It's alright, he killed 2 mines, it's worth. And it looks like Cryok actually going to build a 4th, that's a 4th command center, right? Because he kept this one alive. He's building a 4th command center at the inside mineral only, and Obs is going to see it. And looks like getting a science facility, getting double armories. Wow, that's a lot of factories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 factories already. But now that he's back on 2 base, he can't actually afford that production. And interestingly, wait, why did he send 2 more tanks out here? Wait, what the heck? Sacrificing. He could actually lose these 2 tanks too. I don't think Yeti realizes this. Yeti could easily just kill these 2. Oh my god, Cryok, please. You can't suicide tanks like this, bro. Oh my god, Cryok. Cryok. It's not gonna work. Alright. Oh, these are 2 more tanks for free. I mean, to be fair, he cleans up the Protoss unit, but if I were the Protoss with that exchange, I'd be super happy. I would be like, hell yeah. I'll trade those units for 2 tanks. Alright, so Obs still checking out what's going on back here. Looks like the first 2 carriers are out. Is he going to reveal them or is he going to wait for... Oh, he's actually got 3 Stargates. But keep in mind, this is a mineral only, so he's only operating off 2 gas right now. So he'll be investing most of his gas in the carriers, presumably. And indeed, he's even going to get another mineral only here. I just realized I've been zoomed out slightly the whole time for some reason. So he's actually going to have 2 mineral onlys and 2 gas bases. So obviously going to be very zealot heavy on the composition. Going to save the gas for the carriers, especially with 3 Stargate pumping. So not going to have that many Dragoons. Not going to be able to go up to Templars very quickly. But we shall see how the carriers do here. I heard scans from Cryok just then. I think he saw it. I'm not sure. I mean, he's going to see it now because... Wait, what? Oh, wait, I thought the carriers came out. Where'd they go? Wait, what? Oh, no, they're hiding. Okay, never mind. I thought they were moving out, but they just came back. I guess that must have been a rally point. Whoop. Got him. Alright. What do we got here? Is he actually getting Goliath? He's getting Goliath range. Is he making Goliaths? Okay, he is making Goliaths now. So I'm pretty sure he saw it. Interestingly, he didn't rally this. It's 1 factory. That's not the end of the world. So we got Observer Speed actually finished. I hear more scans going off. Looks like he's checking for the army. If you look at the minimap, he's trying to get an idea where the Protoss is headed. But 5 carriers are on the field now. Another scan Looks like it was on the ridge or on the high ground outside this base. You see, Cryok actually walled in his natural very nicely. So I guess he figured since he already walled this off, he could focus most of his units at the third instead, and that's why he didn't bother to wall this off, because if he walled both of them off, he'd obviously have to kill off his own buildings to get out, and that might be a little bit annoying. So I guess Cryok is deciding that he's going to keep this walled off, and he's only going to move out through the third base. That's why he didn't want to build the depots there. Obviously, it cost him a little bit in the early game, but the supplies are still quite close. But here are the 5 carriers, and there's no anti-air here, just a few Goliaths coming out from the factories. And here we go, the carriers are going to be revealed. I'm pretty sure they've been revealed already, but now they're going to come out and get some free siege tanks before Yeti can do anything in response. You can see the Goliaths coming out, but so few Goliaths. 1-0 is finished, but it looks like 1-0 finished for the carriers as well. Nothing for the ground army of the Protoss yet. And unlike Aquatia City, Planum actually has a lot of random high ground, a lot of random impassable ground that you can take advantage of, although he is going to take some damage on this one carrier. The Dragoons are a little bit far back. He doesn't want to commit with these yet. He is taking the top left base as his, I guess technically his 5th base here, but that's going to be his 3rd gas in the game. Cryok, by the way, look at the money. Really high money from Cryok for some reason. Not macroing this correctly. And now Yeti is moving in. He's going in with his Zealot Dragoon army. He's actually moving through. The Vultures were on the wrong side. You can see the siege tanks unprotected from the Zealots. There were no spider mines in position, and the Vultures getting caught on the wrong side of the siege tanks. More siege tanks coming in, but they are undefended. They're also shooting uphill. This is high ground versus low ground here in the middle of the map, and the carrier is still able to abuse this position. Are we going to get a big spider mine? No, we are not, and the Terran army getting absolutely destroyed in the middle of the map. Look at the supply difference now, 170 to 120. The carriers, though, getting caught a little bit in the middle, but Dragoons coming up to support. Cryok trying to take the 12 o'clock, but he could potentially just lose everything right here. I don't think he can stop this anymore. Look at this, so many Dragoons coming in, no siege tank to defend. Cryok is definitely going to lose this base. If Yeti sees the 12 o'clock, he can easily kill it as well. He's not actually focusing down the command center yet, he's just going after the SCVs. But it looks like, oh man, is he gonna get it? No, there is gonna be a mass repair. Oh man, he's gonna get it. No, he's not gonna get it. And the carriers have to leave. Oh! Never mind. All right. So, looks like Cryok somehow stays alive there. And I hear more scans going down. Looks like he's just checking here. He's scanning out in the middle, seeing if his army is safe to move out. I'm actually surprised that he feels safe enough to move out here with the Goliath siege tank. I hear another scan. He's just checking for the army positioning. He's gonna see the carriers coming in, and he's gonna be in an awkward position. This is a low ground middle of the map here, this little valley. He's gonna pull back onto the high ground, but I'm not sure it's gonna make a difference when the Protoss is maxed and you're at 116 supply. Oh boy. And well, that's gonna be all she wrote, I think, for Cryok here. Dropping below 100 supply. He got the 12 o'clock, but unable to mine from it, obviously. And that means we're going to an ace match, ladies and gentlemen. Yeti really showing up big for Team Net Wars. Was not on my radar at all before Gambit Cup started, but in the playoffs here, he's beaten DeWalt and he's taken down Cryok here for Net Wars. So really coming out swinging, and I cannot wait to see the ace match here. Presumably Net Wars is going to send out Bonnet. The question is, who is iFU going to send out? Is it going to be Eonzerg? Is it going to be Marwyn? Is it going to be Lancer X even? Who knows? I assume it's not going to be True Touch. One, because True Touch is kind of like cursed against Bonnet. And two, he couldn't make it today anyway, right? So I don't think he's even around to play. So I guess it would be Eonzerg. Eonzerg versus Bonnet. That'd be a pretty sweet ace match. What the heck is going on with this guy? Wait, did you guys realize there's like little antennas sticking out? Look, they look like little cockroaches. Look, got like little cockroach ears coming out of his head. Isn't that cool? Oh man, Goliath looks so cool though. Look at that. Look, he's still alive. Look at him. Look, the entire Protoss army is running away from this one Goliath. Look, they're terrified. Look, there's 7 carriers and 2 control groups of units are running. Look, they're running away. They're scared. They're terrible. Look at these carriers. They're like, oh my god, get away. Get away from me. Alright, but he's dead now. That guy was a hero, though. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 factories. Rebuilding this command center. Gonna send the mining over here instead. Interestingly, Yeti took this base quite a while ago, but hasn't really transferred many probes there, as you can see. He's actually got all his idle probes in the back. He's actually mined out the back, which means there's actually a second exit out of his main base now. Well, it looks like carrier's just gonna come over here, do more stuff. They got +2 attack now. Cross ground is at 1-0 against 2-1 on the mech. Alright, oops, I think I muted the game sounds for a second there, but Croc will not be able to hold on to the space. The carrier's not even needed to do anything. He's not even pulling the SCVs here, actually. Not sure what's going on. I guess he figures they're dead anyway. He's got a decent amount of units, but he's 100 supply down. Seems pretty bad. I mean, you know, I don't know that much about StarCraft. Wait, did that goon time to this tank, or did somebody else kill it? Anyway, it looks like Yeti might be fed up here, might be going for the kill. It is going to be difficult. He's going to be running into a choke point. For some reason, all of the tanks are unsieged, though. That seems bad. Did Cryok just go AFK or something? What's actually happening now? I feel like Cryok's just AFK. Okay, GG from Cryok. He didn't pull the SCVs from the 12, and he just didn't bother to siege up his tanks. But it looks like he realized that the game was over, which means the score is now 2-2 between NetWars and iFU, and we are going to an ace match, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, as expected, we're going to have Eon Zerg here, coming out as the ace player of Team iFU. He'll be the white Zerg player at the top right, going to do an incorrect Overlord Scout, unfortunately for him. And his opponent, who is in fact at the top left as the purple Protoss, will be NetWars Bonnet. Oh, baby, baby, baby. So this is it. The winner of this match will put their team in the grand finals to be played next week. The loser of this match will actually have their team play straight away. I will be casting one more clan match today, and they will be playing against Team RM, the Russian Mafia. So yeah. That'll be very interesting, and that would of course be the loser bracket final. So whatever happens after today, we will find out which two teams will be in the grand finals next weekend. Quick note about next weekend, by the way, guys. Since it's only one match, I'm considering, instead of doing it on Friday and just doing like a single best of 5, which might be a little bit lame, I'm actually planning to do it after the Team Liquid Open. So that'll be TL Open 7. So I might, you know, I can do the TL Open first, and then afterwards I can cast the Gambit Cup finals, and that might be a little bit more interesting, and also free up my Friday. Yeah, be pretty good. Speaking of TL Open, guys, TL Open number 6 is happening tomorrow. Hold on, let me see if that command works. Yes, indeed it does. So if you haven't yet, do sign up for the tournament tomorrow. It is open to all comers, as long as you do not have a Korean or Chinese IP. Presumably not many of you have that, if you're listening to my stream. Yeah, should be good fun. Alright, and for anyone, just in case this changes anyone's decision or not, I have put Fighting Spirit in the map pool. So hopefully that encourages some people. Definitely encourage Terror. Terror's been asking me to put Fighting Spirit in the map pool like the last month or so. But yeah, good stuff. Now we did have a 12 hatch here from Eon Zerg, which is slightly less common nowadays. It's usually the overpool. And he's actually opted for a pretty quick gas. He's almost doing this like a 2-hatch Muta ZBT build, but he's going against Protoss. I'm not 100% sure what this is for. Could just be a very quick Hydra bust here. That'd be a bit unfortunate to see like a, you know, 6-minute game in the ace match. I want to see a long ZBP. Actually, earlier today, in the OSC tournament, the weekly tournament that they run, there was a crazy long game between, or actually there were a few crazy games between DeWalt and Eon Zerg. But definitely some good matches there. But possibly, you know, doesn't want to play too long of a game against Bonith. Hey, I've got a donation from Iwakos. Oh my god, Iwakos. Donating so much. Thank you so much, dude. Dude, Iwakos is always here, man. Always donating. What a beast. He's also always playing in TL Open. Hint, hint. So clearly, an all-around good man. Good Brood War player. So, yeah. This probe can probably go mine something. Doesn't need to be here. Stop blocking anything. He's waiting here to build a cannon. It's gonna be a wall, though. Oh no, he's gonna go out to scout. Okay. What did Dion use the gas for? Is it just Ling speed? Is this just a Ling all-in? No. No. Really? Oh, how many is the probe gonna see, though? I took away Aeonzerg's vision. He saw a decent number. Oh, I don't think he realizes, though. Wait, how good is the block? It's gonna be close. That's gotta be on hold position or he's gonna die. Okay. Wait, he's gotta not let the Lings in. He's gotta make sure the door stays closed. He's also gonna make sure that Zell doesn't die. Oh, there's a lot of Lings. He's gotta know now. Once I'm actually coming back from doing something, I'm not sure what was going on there. This is gonna be pretty intense here. This is a Ling all in. The probes are coming off. The cannon is almost finished. It looks like Ling speed is finished. He's trying to take down the gateway. The Zealots all fall at the top. A second cannon is on the way here. The gateway is going to fall here. Can he live with the cannon, though? The gateway is going to fall. How many Lings are left? It looks like a good number of Zerglings are left. Is Bonith going to die to the Speedling all in? It looks like not yet. It looks like it's turned into a run by, but he's got 5 Speedlings in the main base. This is very, very bad for Bonith here. Eons are going for the quick kill, completely abandoning the main base. Look at this Bonith. Evacuating his probes. He's sending 1 Zealot in here, but 5 Speedlings can kill 1 Zealot. And look at this. He didn't finish blocking his natural expansion, Bonith. He's allowing more Speedlings into the base, but it looks like he blocks the ramp correctly, though. He blocks the ramp correctly. He kills all of those Speedlings. And it looks like the Zealot in the main base is dead, but at the cost of 3 out of the 5 Zerglings. But look at this, the Nexus is taking serious damage. A cannon is being built, but it's not going to finish. He needs to fight the Zerglings or else his Nexus will die. The scouting probe has died. It saw a 3rd hatchery. It saw no additional tech, no gas mining. 3 probes off to stop these 2 Speedlings. They are heavily damaged. 3 probes will be enough, but they won't be able to catch them. And look at this, a lot of probes still off the line to block here. That is exactly what is needed. There's 12 more Speedlings coming in here. Can they break in? It's gonna be close, it looks like, with the 2 cannons, though. I don't know if they can. Leonzerg is trying to break through. He's gonna break through the bottom side. Is he gonna be able to make it into the main base yet again? It looks like only 2 Zerglings make it in, but that means there are 4 Zerglings, but the cannon has finished. Oh, the cannon has finished. Who is ahead here, guys? That is my question. Eons are going to follow this up. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Eons are going to follow this up with a Hydra Bust. But who is ahead? I don't know. I feel like maybe Bonith. The question is whether he's going to scout. Scout the Hydra Bust. I guess Bonith is ahead here. But can he hold the Hydras? He just needs to build like a billion cannons. And probe gets in. He sees the second gas. Is that a fake? No, not a fake. Oh, is he going lurkers? Really? Well, he's getting Hydra speed. Oh man, that was so close, this Nexus. Very close to death, actually. That looks like a lot of HP, but you know, that's 3/4 dead. There's only 25% HP. Stargate is on the way for Bonith. He's playing this basically standard now. The Corsair is going to be very crucial to tell Bonith exactly what's happening. He enters base. He's actually left the front here. He could allow a lot more Speedlings in the main base. The Zealots are on the other side, but the Speedlings actually go to kill the Zealots instead of going into the main base. I guess he had to do that, otherwise the Zealots would just kill him. And also scout out the Hydralisks. I don't know what the lair is for. Is it just lurkers? I'm slightly confused. Is it just a Hydra? Is he gonna like slow Hydra drop across here? But the issue with that is there's no Overlords. He moved the Overlord away. The Overlords are all super far away. He's not getting drop. Wait, what? He's getting Spire. Is this like a fake Hydra Bust into Mutas? Maybe he's faking this. Maybe he also realized he couldn't get the Spire in time to deal with Corsairs, so he needed some Hydras as well to help deal with Corsairs, and he's also going to try and bait Bonnet into building like 80 cannons and then kill him in the main with Mutas. Maybe that's what's going on here, actually. I mean, he's also going to do good damage with these. I'm surprised he went range before speed, though, because when this cannon finishes, like, if he had range, I think he could actually, like, range down the gateway, possibly the forge, but without range, it's going to be difficult. He's going to have only a few pixels, a few hexes where he can actually do stuff. Alright, well, 2 additional cannons on the way. So this is definitely working, but here comes the Corsair. It's going to see exactly what's going on. So that's why the second gas, I guess, was taken. So he is actually getting mutas. He's got a lot of gas for mutas, but no minerals, though. I mean, it is mutas, right? Yeah, there's no additional upgrade here. I'm still surprised he got speed and not range, to be honest. Maybe, I guess, to be fair, speed helps to micro against slow zealots. Or it helps to micro against any kind of zealots, really. And looks like Bonnet also going to see this third base as well. So we could actually have a long game here after all, guys. Second cannon being made. He is scared of the Muta. He's getting +1 Sayers. Also note that because the Nexus was already severely damaged, if the Mutas do come out, they will kill that much faster. But it's actually just drones. This is just for Scourge. So Eon's are actually just going to turn it into more of a standard game. So he built a few Hydras to scare Bonnet and force him to make some more cannons. And then he just made the Spire for Scourge to deal with the Corsairs. And now we're actually going to go into a macro game. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. See, I thought this was going to be some kind of follow-up all-in. That's why I was confused by what was happening. But actually, Eonzerg was just trying to play a little bit of catch-up here. Bonnet, you can see, does have quite a nice supply lead. After holding off that all-in. Is in a pretty good position, but this is definitely still winnable. Definitely still winnable for Eonzerg. This is the +1 in the Forge, by the way. I saw somebody ask that in chat. It looks like it was cancelled and then restarted because it looked like it might die to the Hydralisks. And looks like the third base now finished. 1 DT trying to poke around, see what it can do. It can actually go over here, though. Soul Overlord is not here yet, but there's no drones here yet either. Eonzerg knowing that this is a potential issue. Whoa, that is a lot of Scourge. Did he mean to make that many Scourge? What the heck? That is many Scourge. That's 12 Scourge right there. Usually I would say that's a misclick. If you spam S too many times, because the hotkey to make Scourge is S, if you select the hatchery and you hit SS, you just make all your larvae into Scourge. That seems a bit strange that he would make 12 Scourge at this point in the game. He didn't even see any, he saw 1 Corsair, right? It's not like he saw 2 Stargate Corsairs coming out, because they're not. It's 1 Stargate. I mean, to be fair, since Bonnet is going for Corsairs, they will actually be useful. So maybe he did see something that indicated. Yeah, it looks like he's actually getting spores. So it looks like Eonzerg, maybe he saw. I don't know. I'm actually not sure what he saw, but he definitely saw something that indicated to him. Or you know what? You know what? Now that I'm, did he see the +1 on the core? Okay, James saying he saw the +1 on the core. Maybe that was it. I'm also thinking now as well. If he's gonna focus more on the lurker production to be like a little bit defensive, he's not gonna have that many Hydralisks to defend Overlords and whatnot. So making this many Scourge is actually not bad, right? Because normally you expect to see like a lot of if you go the normal 3-hatch Spire into 5-hatch Hydra, you have a lot of Hydralisks running around with Overlord speed and whatnot. And your Overlords can kind of chill with your Hydralisks if you see a lot of Corsairs. But instead, he went for faster Lurkers. And so he doesn't actually have that much anti-air on the ground, so he actually just made a bunch of Scourge to help protect his Overlords. Like this actually is starting to make more sense to me. So I would say that's probably not a misclick. That's probably actually just good thinking by Eonzerg. Alright. This lurker, by the way, is super annoying. I've had this situation happen to me so many times. I'm really glad that this happens to Bonnet as well, because... Oh wow, there's an observer already, though. Alright. Well, it's a lot worse when I do it, because my observer is much later than this. But you know, it's like you focus on making all the cannons at the front, but you just forget that, wait a minute, you can actually just walk in the other side with the Lurker. It would be super annoying. Oh, is he gonna get away? Run, Lurker! Run! Oh my god, he lives! He lives! Wait. Oh my god, I didn't know Lurkers looked like that. Wait, did you guys know? Look at how long his head is. Holy, look at the giant horns on his head. What the heck? He's like some freaky, like... What the heck? Did you guys know Lurkers look like this? Oh my god, that's a lot of Lurkers too. That is many Lurkers. He's also going straight to Hive. So he's playing some whatchamacallit, some Turtle Zerg style. But the problem with this is Turtle Zerg is, I feel, much more effective if you've taken the natural as your third. Because then if you turtle up here, you get the free fourth base, right? But if Eon Zerg turtles up on 3 base, how's he going to take a 4th base? That's going to be much more tricky. So, you gotta be careful. Looks like he does have a decent amount of Hydras there now. So now the Lurkers gotta be careful. The Lurkers, oh man, they gotta be careful not to get stormed all in a clump. He's running back, he's trying to spread them out a little bit. He's taking a decent amount of damage on the retreat. Nice second storm there from Bonnet. Clipping that Lurker, I'm actually surprised that wasn't in range of the storm. But is now 3 base to 3 base, which is typically good for Protoss in this matchup, but is definitely still pretty close here, anyone's game. Because I saw Eon Zerg actually win in this situation against the Walt this morning. Normally I would say that Protoss is super far ahead right now, and there's nothing that Zerg can do. But Eon Zerg won this game against the Walt. So, I was shocked actually. I think DeWalt actually made a big mistake. Basically, DeWalt completely mispositioned his army. He went to the bottom right to deny the Zerg's fourth with his entire army, and Eon Zerg just counterattacked into his natural and used Mutas to pick off the High Templar as DeWalt was trying to like desperately come back to defend his base. So by the time all of DeWalt's army got back to his base, all his High Templar were dead and he couldn't fight the Hydralisks anymore. And DeWalt lost the game. In the meantime though, it looks like this DT has actually killed the hatchery. It wasn't even cancelled, as you can see from the little death pool here. So that's pretty nice. Meanwhile, a couple of Zerglings just checking out the bottom left, making sure nothing's going on there. A couple of Scourge over here as well. Actually, there's no Scourge here, so potentially vulnerable to a drop, as you can see. When the Protoss third is close to your natural in these spawns, it's very, very nice to, like, very short distance. You can just have a shuttle waiting here, just fly over, do a storm drop, and just fly away. It's pretty sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Getting Reavers now, getting second Forge. I definitely like this. You know, nowadays, actually he's getting his 4th base as well, but increasingly nowadays I'm seeing Protoss get the Reavers earlier and earlier. I think it used to be that you get them a little bit later, maybe when your 4th base is even. Did he just attack his own Nexus? I think he did. It used to be that you get them a little bit later, you know, as that nice, super powerful late game unit, but Protoss seems to be getting them much earlier nowadays. And here we go, an attack down here at the bottom right. Look at this Lurker field though, holy moly, that's a lot of Lurkers. 9 Lurkers in a good spread. It's going to be very difficult for Protoss to bust, but he annihilates the front row here, and he moves in with the Dragoons. He's executing this very well. Look at the minimap, though. A lot of units coming down here. Bonnet could potentially suicide his entire army here. The Corsairs coming down to pick off the Overlords. Does he have any more storms? No, that Templar's out of energy. It doesn't look like he has any more storms. So this Lurker Link Force should be able to clean up the Protoss here. And that is going to be a little bit painful, losing this first army. In this attack, he killed some Lurkers, but he wasn't even able to kill off the base. This army is just completely dead. You can see the base is untouched. The Corsairs, though, gonna kill some Overlords. That's a pretty nice victory. Gonna supply block Eon Zerg, but you can see the supplies getting much closer after that attack. Still on the 9 gateways. He's getting shuttle speed, interestingly. And somehow 3 units actually escaped from that. Huh. In the meantime, looks like the Corsair count's actually also been reduced to only 3. Oh no, never mind. I thought this was a drop. Okay, never mind. Got 4 Corsairs up in here. Hey, we got another donation from the Little Big Chicken. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope you're enjoying the game. This is a pretty awesome ace match. I was super scared that that this would just be a Ling bust ace match, but no, looks like we are going into a long game and hopefully worthy of your very kind donation. Thank you very much, friend. Alright, looks like shuttle speed is now finished, and look at this. This is also gonna help with the storm drops as well as with transporting around those Reavers. So it looks like Protoss is going to try and clear out this left side base, try and get his own 4th base up. The Corsairs leading the charge into the base. No Scourge here in any case. Is Eonzerg going to react in time, though? Does he see this happening? A slight delay, and there we go. Nice reaction time, but it's 2 DTs as well. Going to run in here to the main base. There's only 1 Overlord that I can see. The first DT has dropped. Where's the second DT? Second DT is now dropping into the main base. Scourge are coming out. The Corsairs coming in to block. They need to block the Overlords as well. The drones are running. Where the heck did the shuttle go with the Templar right now? Okay, the Templar actually hasn't dropped. I thought he was going to follow the drone stack and try and storm drop the drone stack, but no, it looks like the DT is just wailing away into the main base. I'm trying to keep an eye on the mini-map to keep track of what's going on here. Meanwhile, Dark Swarm attacking the Protoss' 3rd base, but here is the High Templar. How many storms does it have? It's got 1.5 storms available. The DT's still alive in the main base. One DT has 5 kills. The other DT has only 3 kills. I don't think they've killed any economy. The High Templar here is actually dropped, but it's not storming. Meanwhile, fighting going on at the 12 o'clock as well. Fighting going on everywhere. There is the storm. Only looks like it's got 4 drone kills before the High Templar gets taken out. One DT's actually held position, it looks like, at the bottom of the main. He could potentially sneak back in here, although the Overlord is going to see it. The army at the front has been cleaned out, but now the 4th base is under attack by a single Zergling. Action happening all over the map. I'm sorry if I'm switching screens really fast, guys. I'm trying to keep up with everything that's going on in the game right now. Another random lurker is being morphed, but it looks like Bonnet is going to successfully get his 4th base up at the left side to match Eonzerg's 4th. They will be on even bases again, and look at the supply difference as well. Bonnet at double Eon supply almost. He's got 300 upgrades against the Zerg's 2 carapace only. Presumably he has range attack. He's got 1 range attack and 2 carapace. And here we go. The Dark Templar is coming in here yet again here, and it looks like Eonzerg is going to see. He's actually going to attack it. Oh, he's going after the spawning pool. He doesn't quite get it. If he ran to the other side, I think he actually might have got it, but he stayed where the drones could drone drill him. But we actually have a 4 Zealot drop now going to come in here. Almost certainly going to kill that spawning pool, and who knows what else. But meanwhile, we have an attack here at the top, but we have a Reaver drop at the bottom as well. We've got stuff going all over the map here. Reaver drop at the bottom right. Dark Storm at the top. It looks like, what did the Zealot 4? The 4 Zealot drop hasn't done anything yet. Meanwhile, it looks like Ling's even attacking the 4th base, but there were already units there. Stuff happening all over the map right now. The Reaver is still alive here. 9 kills. Is it going to get picked up? It is going to get picked up. But it looks like the defenses are starting to fall here at the Protoss' 3rd. It looks like Shuttle has retrieved everything. Zealots going into the main base. I'm clicking all over the map right now, guys. We're doing it. This is the observing. Here we go. Reaver into the 3rd base. Look at this level of multitask. There is so much multitask happening. It looks like the Reaver is going to stay alive, but look at this. The Lurkerling has broken up the ramp. All of the probes are dying, but the Zealots have killed all of the drones as well. In the main base, the spawning pool is going to fall. Look at these Lings. The Crackling's tearing apart everything, but all the drones are dead at the 3 o'clock. All the probes are dead at the 12 o'clock. Everything is dead in the Zerg's main base. Reaver going back here, but there's no observer, so he can't see the Lurkers on the ground. What the heck is going on in this game? The Zealots are still alive. They're still killing stuff in the main base. I don't even know what that was. That might have been the Spire. No, that's the Spire. Maybe that was another evolution chamber. They're attacking the Hive right now, but that's obviously going to take a million years to kill. But now the Reaver's coming back over here. It's got 15 kills. Finally, the Scourge are going to drop it. He's going to try and drop the High Templar and the Dark Templar on the other side. He's got speed, so he can't actually, no! He cannot outrun the Scourge. And now we've got Dark Swarms happening at the left side base. Oh my god, apparently that thing in the main base was actually a spore colony. And look at this, the cannons, the ops providing the detection. He will hold on to this base, but look at how few probes he actually has. He's only got 10 probes mining from this base, extremely close on supplies. The Reaver is still alive. Can it actually kill the hatchery? He needs one more scarab. He's gonna kill the Hydras. Oh, Nemo! Oh, he's not quite gonna get that far. Alright, what is going on right now? There's another shuttle in the middle of the map. More Dark Swarm happening at this left side. And actually, look at this. Where are the units? 4 High Templar coming down. Bonnet actually could lose this game. I can't believe it. He was like 100 supply ahead or something. He was 90 supply ahead. And he could potentially lose this game, especially if he suicides max energy High Templars like this. But he is going to clear out these units with the Psy Storm. And now he's going in with a shuttle. 2 DTs, 2 High Templar. There's a single Scourge here, but it's not enough to finish off the shuttle, obviously. And there is the drop. 2 High Templars, 2 Dark Templars. He catches the tail end of the drones. And he's going to morph the Archon. The DTs here can actually finish off the hatchery potentially, but now we've got an attack at the 12 o'clock base. This is non-stop action in this game. This is like Fast and Furious StarCraft edition. Oh my god, look at the car chases. Look at the Archons. And look at the speed shuttles. I mean, it's basically speed shuttles trying to outrun the Scourge. I'm actually like, this game is surprisingly close. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, you can't do that though. You can't transfer drones into DT Archon though. That's not a good idea. Whoops. Oh, the Archon can just one-shot all this, right? No? Just, oh, there's so many Scourge, just one-shot it. But Eonzer's gonna clean this up. Look at how much closer the supply is still. Ooh, that was a pretty good hit. But he's gonna clean that up. And he's moving up here again, but he's got no Dark Swarm protection. And even if he did, there's Lurkers here, so yeah, he's just gonna peace out. He realizes that's not quite gonna take. In the meantime, another Robo here, Reaver, Archon, 2 I-Templars protecting this base. And he's going for more harassment here as well. Look at this. Bonneth has basically no standing ground armies. For some reason, he's got a few Corsairs still at the 12 o'clock, but he's basically got no ground army. He's just keeping himself in the game with harassment. I'm actually not sure why he has so much supply if he has no army. Is it just all probes? But I thought he didn't have that many probes either. I'm actually really confused where Bonneth's supply is right now. But here we go. Reaver and 2 Psystorms. Or 2 High Templars, excuse me. He's going to check the bottom right as well. He's going to see nothing here. He's going to feel happy about that, but he's going to fly into some Scourge. Now he's just going to peace out. It's going to be difficult to catch this, actually. Oh, look at that. So cute. He's going to try again. Oh, no, he doesn't have energy. I think this might actually still die, though. This is 110 damage. Oh, the Reaver at the bottom right died, by the way. Just follow this guy. Let's follow this bad boy. Oh, Scourge it! Yeah, there was a Reaver here. Killed some Hydras. Didn't quite finish off the hatchery. What a freaking game. Four Archons and 2 DTs as a standing ground force. That seems pretty good. Okay, he's got a few more units down here. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. What are the upgrades? 3-2 now done for the Protoss army. 3-2 also done for the Zerg army. What do the melee upgrades look like? No melee attack yet, though. That's actually quite important because that seriously buffs the crack things a lot if you have the melee attack. But Eonzerg instead going for that range attack. I mean, I guess he is making a lot of Lurkers and Hydras as well, so that kind of makes sense. And here we go. Actually, Hydras are really good against Archons. Hydras can do pretty good work against Archons. They just have to be careful of the storm. And look at this. Eonzerg is rolling through, but he's eating so many storms as he tries to run in. Picks off a High Templar. What the heck? This game is great. Oh man, alright. What's going on here? Looks like another attack coming in. Gotta be careful. There's a Reaver and a High Templar with 2 Storms. Even with a Dark Swarm here, I don't think he could bust it. I mean, it's getting to a bit low eco now, because look at this. Eonzerg didn't put drones back in his main. He's got no drones mining in the main. Obviously, his natural... that natural has only got 2 on the depleted geyser as well. He's mining from the 3 o'clock and kind of from the bottom right, but it's only 6 drones. So Eonzerg is relatively low eco. He's finally taking the bottom right main base. Whereas Bonneth is also relatively... It's not even 12 drones on minerals at the 12. It's a good saturation at the 9 o'clock, but it's basically like 1.5 bases for Bonneth as well. So both players are pretty low. Again, Bonneth surging to a 100 supply lead against his opponent. Now that didn't help him earlier. Eonzerg held in the game valiantly. But is this going to be it though? Look at this. 6 Archons and the Reaver support. Oh man, it's going to be so tough. Alright, here we go. Eonzerg not going to engage. Going to let the Protoss waste his storms. He's got the Defiler, but the Defiler crucially gets picked off. 3 storms, though, have been used. That didn't really do anything. But this is also going to provide an opening for his Reaver again. Look at this non-stop Oh, no! Rip drones. Here we go, though. The Hydras, though. Nice snipe. They actually stop the High Templar from dropping. The DT does get out and is going to realize there's no units defending this space, so he's just going to run the ground army in here. Look at the minimap. The Zerg ground army is completely on the wrong side. He's going to just wipe out all the drones here. I think an Observer just died. Here we go. He's going to run into the storms, though. This is the problem. He's going to run into the side storm. Oh, my God. Eonzerg running headlong into the Psy Storm. The hatchery is going to fall right now. There is a little bit. Look at that second Psy Storm. Taking everything down. A third Psy Storm, fourth Psy Storm, and GG from Eonzerg, Bonith takes the ace match for Team Net Wars. What an outstanding game that was by both players. Well fought, honestly, by both Eonzerg and Bonith. But Bonith, the unstoppable force here, taking it down and puts Team Net Wars in the grand finals of Gambit Cup Season 4. But we are not done yet, guys. I have one more match to cast today.